The Nepalese Rupee (NPR) is the official currency of Nepal, a landlocked country in South Asia, nestled between India and China. The currency, abbreviated as NPR, has a fascinating history that reflects Nepal's cultural heritage, economic development, and its relationship with neighboring nations. The story of the Nepalese rupee goes back to the mid-19th century, with significant changes in its design and value over the years. Early history of the Nepalese rupee. The history of the Nepalese rupee can be traced back to the Malla period, which lasted from the 12th to the 18th century. During this time, Nepal used a variety of local coins made from silver and copper. These coins were often used for trade and local transactions. However, it wasn't until the mid-19th century that a unified currency system was introduced, marking the formal establishment of the Nepalese rupee as the country's official currency. In 1860, the Nepalese government introduced the first official rupee under the rule of Prime Minister Jung Bahadur Rana. This currency was initially pegged to the Indian rupee, which was widely used in Nepal due to the country's proximity to British India. The first official Nepalese rupee was issued as a silver coin, which was minted by the government and came to be used across the country for various transactions. The early 20th century and the evolution of the rupee. As Nepal continued to develop politically and economically, the need for a more standardized and regulated currency grew. In 1932, Nepal adopted a new form of the Nepalese rupee, which was based on the Indian rupee, but with a unique design and specific features reflecting Nepal's cultural and political identity. The first banknotes, issued by the Nepal Rastra Bank (NRB) in 1955, were introduced to complement the coinage. These early banknotes featured images of the kings of Nepal, along with motifs symbolizing the country's rich cultural heritage, including depictions of Mount Everest, temples, and religious symbols. These designs helped emphasize Nepal's unique identity, even while the currency remained linked to India's economic influence. The role of the Nepal Rastra Bank. The Nepal Rastra Bank (NRB), established in 1956, is the central bank of Nepal, responsible for issuing and managing the currency. Since its formation, the NRB has been pivotal in stabilizing the Nepalese rupee and maintaining its value. The NRB has overseen the introduction of various denominations of banknotes and coins, regularly updating the designs to reflect important events and figures in Nepalese history. In 1960, the NRB introduced the first series of banknotes in denominations of 1, 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100 rupees. These notes featured portraits of King Tribhuvan, who was instrumental in leading Nepal to become a constitutional monarchy. Over time, as Nepal's political landscape shifted, new designs and features were introduced on the banknotes to represent the country's evolving identity.